What's going on, Aces? Welcome back to the channel. It is Throwback Thursday, one of my favorite days of the week. I hope that all of you are having an amazing Thursday, staying safe from, all of the air quality changes. If you're in New York or the northeastern part of the country, please wear your masks, stay inside if you can, and, put on a good movie like this one. Two Can Play That Game is one of my favorite movies. Well, I guess it's not real old school, but it came out in 2001. So it is a rom com, a good old romantic comedy. And it was written and directed by Mark Brown. And it stars Vivica A. Fox and Morris Chestnut. So this movie always makes me smile. It's one of those movies I can put on and, kick back, eat some ice cream, and just laugh at all the shenanigans that Vivica A. Fox's character, Shantae Smith, puts her boyfriend through, Keith Fenton. So let's go ahead and get into the movie. So we have Shantae Smith. She's a woman who gives advice on how to keep her man in check. So her ideas are challenged when her man, an attorney named Keith Fenton, played by Morris Chestnut, threatens to stray. Smith is a well educated woman who feels that when it comes to men and their tricks, she knows them all. So basically, what ends up happening is, you know, she sees her man, Keith, in the club. She's out with her girlfriends and she sees him dancing with another woman. And so, her girls are like, isn't that your man out there on the dance floor? And Shantae is like, okay, she breaks the fourth wall and she looks at, pans to the audience. She's like, just play it cool, because if you get upset, then they're going to get upset. And so she, saunters over and she's all like, hey, Keith, in her like sing-songy voice. And he's all like, because he's busted with another woman. Now they weren't doing anything, but just like dancing and flirting and stuff like that. But it's funny because the whole movie is about just manipulation and battle of the sexes, right? So Shantae is like, okay, cool. He want to be out here showing out and flirting and doing all this. She's like, so ladies, you've got to put your man in check, okay? So then she's like, day one, and then she starts going through her quote unquote 10-day plan of just trying to make him basically punish him for, flirting with other women at the club and embarrassing her in front of her friends. So, she just has a series of things that she does and agony that she puts him through. Like she does things like goes over to his house and, wears her most seductive form-fitting dress and, leaves him basically wanting more. When he would send her, whatever, she'd be like, no, that's okay. They would go out to eat. She'd be like, no, I'll pay for it. And so Keith is over there going crazy and he's listening to his friend, Tony, who's played by Anthony Anderson. So, Keith also thinks that he knows all the tricks that women play. And it's just a battle of the sexes. Now, one of my favorite characters, and they still talk about this to this day, is Gabrielle Union's character. Her name is Connie Spaulding. So she's a co-worker of Keith. And she said that, her ponytail, if you guys watch the movie and she kind of swishes her ponytail back and forth, she said her ponytail had her own personality. Like the ponytail was everything. And it was. Gabrielle Union played this role down, okay? So basically, she's not only Keith's coworker, but she's also very interested in Keith, which, Morris Chestnut is a gorgeous man, and in this movie, he plays an attorney. So, but yeah, Connie is just, Shantae calls her someone who has gotten around the block. I'll just say that. She knows her way around. And and they meet, and Shantae's in the car, and she's like, "Oh, hi, Connie," that fake, greeting, and she's like, "Where are you going?" And she's like, "Oh, up to go see your man." Oh, she's like, "I'm gonna go holler at that Negro." Just, I mean, this movie is hilarious. It is so funny. I feel like this was at the peak of, the early 2000s where these actors were in their prime, and I feel like, the comedy, black comedies were at the top. um, R&B charts and like black movies, they were just plentiful, and like, the TV series, it was the golden age of television. It really, really was. And it was just a lot of fun to watch them. And so, here we have Shantae. She, like, goes to church, and, she made sure to, instead of giving them that church side hug, she gave somebody like a real hug, and, she just let the mouthpieces do their work, and they go back and they tell Keith. So basically, she's just, going back and forth, just a battle of the sexes. And it was just a lot of fun to watch. I really enjoy this movie so much because at the end of the day, you know what I mean? Like, they all come together, and her girlfriends were hilarious too. We have Monique, who is always funny. Wendy Raquel Robinson, as Karen. We have Tamala Jones, and we have Bobby Brown in the movie, play Michael. But Monique, her friend is Deidre, and just, the girlfriends are just being girlfriends. Like, they're just nosy, and they want to know what's going on. They're asking her all kind of questions about their relationship, and she allows him to date other people. And what he ends up finding out is that, he really loves Shantae. And at the end, they come together, and, he asks her, like, you know, well, basically, they realize that games aren't going to cut it. You know what I mean? Like, she's like, "Do you think that, um, you know, a person can manipulate, or, use games to control someone?" And they ask each other, these like really random off questions, but they come to realize how much they care about each other, and how much they don't want to, you know, manipulate or control the other person, because it doesn't work. Men and women are very different, but they complement each other so well, especially when there is true love and respect involved. And I feel like they were young enough to where they could recognize, that those were just youthful mistakes. And they realized that once they really truly love each other, that they belong together. So it was a happy ending, which is my favorite type of movie as well. So this was funny. It was entertaining. Like I said, I love Gabrielle Union's character, and her ponytail. Connie Spaulding was everything in this movie. But yeah, the whole cast was just, they were just funny. And it's one of my favorites. So that's my recap for Throwback Thursday. You guys drop down in the comments. Let me know your thoughts on this movie. Please be sure to like, share, and subscribe if you haven't done so already. And I will talk with you later. Take care, Aces. Bye.